Hello, Katja here, and you're so welcome. And today I'm doing a video for the Finnabair team. I have a piece of cardboard, and you see here I will create an album, and I have decided to give it a new shape. And I will add fabric on my album. This video is only about the cover. Perhaps I give you the inside one other time. You see me adding a really thick layer of 3D Matte Gel. I'm covering my album and my fabric to that. And it works perfectly. You see some places only the 3D Matte Gel go and look a little bit, but doesn't mind because I will paint over it. Now it's the edges. I'm doing the same, taking like a thick layer. I'm using the spatula. I think it's easier to use the spatula than to use the brush. If you use brushes to the mediums, they dry out so easy. So I've tried to only use the spatula to mediums to not destroy any more brushes because I'm an expert on that. The corners can be a little bit tricky when you're adding fabric, or you can also add paper if you like that. But I think it gives a really nice effect to have fabric on your albums. And I like fabric and different materials on my mixed media projects. So I'm cutting little bit small pieces on the corners, and like I'm trying to fold them nicely so it just doesn't get too thick. And because it's fabric, it's so easy to get them on a nice way. I think it's more tricky if you have paper. I'm really into albums right now. I don't know what's happened, but I'm like that. Sometimes I do cards and layouts and altered pieces, and now it's so fun to do albums or altering books case. Yeah, I do that. And when you have pictures or a lot of photos after you have done something, it's so easy to have an album nearby and handy. So please, if you like the video, please share it, and yes, subscribe also to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And if you like, please give the thumbs up and leave a comment. It really helps the channel to grow. Every thumbs up and every comments matter, so thank you in advance. Okay, my fabric are on the cardboard, and it's so amazing and so easy to add fabric. Now I want to paint a little bit black gesso on my cover, not everywhere. This was not a necessary part, but I felt to do it, so I did it. So almost all over, but I don't do it like a heavy paint. And to this linen fabric, I think it gives a nice texture. So now it needs to dry before I do anything else. Now it's time to add a little bit texture to the album front, a little bit on the back side. I have this Stencil vintage wallpaper, so amazing stencil, and you see I have used it pretty much already. I'm having Clear Crackle. Yes, it's dry clear with crackles, and I want to add like a fine texture only to the back side, not all over it, because I have an idea it should not dry, and it dries clear. I will not use the heat embossing when it's drying. I will leave it. And this day it was a little bit sunny outside, so I leave it a bit outside in the sun, and it makes great crackles when it dries. Now my album have dry, and it are like fine texture, and you see it's like a glossy effect with the effect, and that's just the way how I wanted it. I have this fabric piece, like an application. I don't know if it's the right word in English, but I'm cutting it to pieces. It could be like a lace and something, and this was from on an old dress, and I will add it to my project. And I use the 3D Matte Gel again, and I'm using it like gluing this, and this is I could have used like lace or anything else what you like to add even more texture on it. I want it to be like a little bit delicate texture, so that's why I'm adding only small pieces of fabric. I have an idea, and you saw me trying out some like a resin frame from Prima. I'm trying out the composition. I had a like idea. Now I'm adding a little bit of the graphite paste. It's gorgeous paste. It looks really strange in the jar, but when it dries, it really gives an amazing effect, like black and a little bit with the glitter. And I'm so sorry for my camera here, it's really hopping. I don't know what's happening. Hope I'm excused. Now it's time to dry. It's not completely dry, it's almost dried up. And now I will add some embellishment in metallic, and I have the heavy body gel, this amazing gel that can glue anything. Yes, it stay everything. So if you get a little bit too much, it's so easy to take it off. And yes, it's a big, like a big piece of that one, and you can glue everything with it. So amazing, and it really stays there, even if you need to travel with it or give it to a friend, and you will ship it with the mail or something like that. Yeah, it will stay with a heavy body. So you see me adding these metallic paints, and I have also like some white flowers from Prima. I want it to be a little bit flowery with the metallic embellishments. So I'm adding them to the composition, and I have an idea to have it more like pink. Here I have like, I don't know, it's a lace, but it's a fabric piece again, and it's black. And here in the video, it doesn't show so much, but I think it's add a little bit to the composition of the roses, and to keep them in shape. So the heavy body gel, I'm using that here again, and cutting it to smaller pieces. and to fill up that the roses from Prima, that they will stay in place and not and underneath it will be not so empty, so it gave like a more around it. I have like a mold star here also. I need to add something more underneath, I was find out, so I'm adding it that like that. So everything in place, and that what is good when you're using gel and not like a glue gun. If you like to change a little bit, you can move it like little around it, because it takes a little bit time before it's dry, and I think that's perfect, because perhaps you don't know where exactly to have it, so you can move it a little bit even when it starts. So pushing it like little bit, you see me, I'm pushing it on places. Okay, now my colors. I have some metallic paint here from Prima, and one jar, the red wine I'm having there, and I have one more. And be sure to clean before you have your jars, so you can open them. So I will only have the red wine and one sparks from Finnabair, and that will be perfect for my project. A little bit red pinkish, so I'm start by coloring my star mold, and also in the background, and I'm sprinkling some water. So I'm adding water and the metallic paint, and here you can use much or little, that's your choice. I'm also painting the white flowers. I want them to be pink, so that's a good way that you have white flowers. You can change in them in any color you have. And here you see me spraying with the water, and when you're spraying the sparks and the metallic paint, then you get even more sparkling. The mica powder in the sparks color really get a shiny effect and like glittery effect, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm playing around and adding water to have the effect that I like. And perhaps you can dry it between layering if you don't know how you like it or how you do it. That's all right. I'm doing also this a little bit in the background, a little bit of the metallic paint, and tapping carefully, and if I got a little bit too much color, I'm tapping it off with a baby wipe. And gorgeous colors that really pops on the black. Now I'm having some glitter on my table. Now I have glitter and soft matte gel, and that's also a gel, and it's a very thin gel, and with the thin, really thin gel, I have some crimson glass glitter. Oh, it's so beautiful, crimson red, and it really matches the project. So I'm using the soft matte gel, tapping with my brush all around the composition, and to sprinkle the crimson red on this project. And yes, it looks fabulous and really glittery, and I'm adding pretty much, so you see me doing a little bit time and I'm sprinkling it. And if you don't like it glitter, you don't need to have it. I also have this glittery, so in different shades of pink, so I'm adding even more, and it's to I was adding the glass glitter first and then the smaller glitter, and I'm doing it all around my composition, just the way I like it. When it's dried, I have to be sure that, because there are always some of the glitter that will peel off, so I have sprinkled it off. And now it's time to add the metallic embellishment, and I have a heart that I will add there in the middle of the metallic, and with glass glitter underneath, and also this metallic label. And yes, that will be fabulous for the album. And even some more glitter, and yes, it will be perfect. So I'm brushing off some excess of the glitter, and now I will add a little bit, yes, so little bit of the white heavy gesso, carefully on the top. Oh, it's so little that it almost doesn't show, but on the top of the flowers and little bit on the glitter and glass glitter and the normal glitter, I'm adding little bit of the heavy gesso, and that's to give little bit more like interest to my focal point there, and I think it gives a great contrast to my album. And hope you enjoy what I have done. Now you see my last thing. I will add a little bit black again, because some glitter have go a little bit all around it, so I want it to be really black, so I give it like a black touch, black gesso, so this will really be shapen and give you the black and the pink contrast. I really love it. So happy, hope you find my like my album, and I have really fun. Please leave a comment. I like to hear what you think. Yep. And be sure to give a thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon again. Yes, I'm doing love to see you soon again. So, thank you. And you can see my finished album, and we'll see if we soon will give it a inside. Yeah. Hope you enjoy my project. Thank you for stopping by. Bye bye. See you soon again.